Welcome to today's practice. I want to start today with our back on the mat. As you bend your knees, let your feet come to the edge of the mat. We're going to start moving, so I want you to come up into bridge here. Bring your feet together, engage your core, and lift through your hips.
And we hold our breath, close enough to burn.
Come back down. We're going to do this 3 times. Inhale up, exhale down.
Cause the night's so young, cause the night's so young, so young, young, young. I will try. I know this heart has been broken so many times.
Bring your right knee into your chest for 3 full breaths. Let's do some ankle rotations while we're here. And then come back down to the earth. Let's get ready to do the other side.
When it's all said and done, you say you wanna run. Could you keep my pace? Close enough to show. Gotta let it go before it's
Bring both knees in to hug your chest. Lift your knees straight up, feet flexed, or legs up the wall. Root into your hands and engage your abs. Just circle your legs to the right and then to the left. With control, abs engaged, back flat on your mat, slowly lower your straight legs to the earth. Bring both knees into your chest and use your mat to massage your low back.
our breath. Could it be different? Could we be different? Cause the light's so young, cause the light's so young. And could it be different? What are we missing? Cause the light's so young, cause the light's so young, so young.
Push yourself up into staff pose with your back straight and legs extended long in front of you. Take your left hand to your right knee and twist to the right. Anchor your twist with your right hand on your mat.
Until I found another heart that beats like mine.
On your next exhale, release your twist, and on your inhale, raise your arms above your head with your hands grabbing the opposite elbow. Let's go for a slight back bend for 1 breath, and then to the right. 1 breath, and left. 1 breath. Let's take a twist to the other side now. Take your right hand to your left knee to pull yourself into a twist and anchor with your left hand. Release your twist and inhale arms up with hands into a steeple mudra. Lengthen your spine and then exhale into a cap shape with your back. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, back up. Bring your legs into a wide straddle. Exhale, arms to the earth. Hinge forward at your hips for a fold and let your head hang. Lift up and raise your arms out into a T. Slightly hinge forward at the hips while you keep your arms pressed back. Shoulders down. Let's come into a twist. Open your arms up wide facing left. If it's available to you, bend your left knee slightly to grab the blade of your foot with your right hand. Press into your hand as you straighten your leg. Release your twist, bringing your left hand to meet your right on your left foot. Bend your knee slightly, keeping your arms long and your back straight. Use your hands to bring your foot back down to the mat. Cross your right leg over your left and walk your hands behind you, fingertips facing you. Now engage your abs and glutes. Root into your hands and press your hips up. Gently lower back down onto the earth and open your legs back up to the edges of your mat, and let's take that twist to the right now. Bring your right hand to your right foot to release your twist, and bend your knees slightly to keep your arms long and back straight. Guide your foot back to the earth and leave your right leg long. Tuck your left foot into your groin and hinge forward at your hips to fold over your right leg. If it's available, use your hands to grab your foot. Let's fold over to the other side now. Tuck your right foot into your left groin to fold over your left leg. Use your hands to grab your foot. Start to come onto your hands and knees for a couple cat-cows. On each cow, I want you to tuck your toes and push your belly to the earth. On each cat, I want you to push into your mat with your hands and pull your shoulder blades apart with the arch of your back. Keeping your arms long, extend your legs out behind you with toes tucked for high plank. Engage your abs and catch your balance on your left toes to raise your right leg parallel to the earth. Release your leg back down. Root into your right toes to lift your left leg for 2 breaths. Lower your body back down to your mat into Sphinx pose. Keep your hands active, palms pressing into the earth. Push through your hands to lift up and push back into High Cobra. Walk your hands closer to your hips for a deeper expression. Lower your chest down onto the earth with your hands under your shoulders. Tuck your toes and press up into our first down dog. If you're feeling tight, feel free to pedal out your down dog. Root into your hands and keep your arms strong. We're going to flow from down dog into high plank for 3 rounds of breath. Come back down with your legs tucked under you into hero's pose. Let's take a seated twist to the left by placing your right hand under your left thigh. Place your left hand behind you. On your next exhale, release your twist and inhale your arms up into a gentle back bend. Exhale down into a seated twist to the right this time. Release your twist and come back tabletop. Bring your right leg behind you and root into your left hand and left leg to extend your arm straight into the sky. Bring your right hand back down to the mat, and with your right knee bent, lift your leg in the air, foot flexed for 1 breath. On your exhale, bring your knee in towards your chin. On your inhale, release your leg back into the air. We're going to do this twice. Come back to neutral tabletop and root into your right hand this time to raise your left arm into a twist. Release your hand back to the earth. With fingers wide and active hands, tuck your toes to press your hips up into down dog. Release down into tabletop, this time keeping your arms strong. Lift your left leg with your knee bent. Exhale your knee into your chest and release on your inhale. Press up into down dog for 2 breaths and walk your hands to meet your feet. Grab your elbows with your hands and hang in ragdoll. Bend your knees slightly to deepen your fold. Gently start to roll up. Gracefully inhale your arms up overhead, and if it's available to you, create length in your spine and come into a standing back bend. Press your hips forward and fix your gaze between your thumbs. Gently come out of your back bend into a mountain pose. Open your feet into a wide stance, toes slightly pointed out. Come down into a forward fold. Root into the ball of your feet and grab both ankles with your hands. Shift your body to fold over your left leg, and if it's available to you, bring your nose to touch your knee. Walk your hands back to the middle. And shift your body to the right to fold over your right leg. Bring your nose to touch your knee. Use your hands to frame your right foot. Bring your right foot back to meet your left as you press into another down dog. Come down into chaturanga and through to up dog, leaving your toes tucked and thighs above the earth. Push your hips back to come into a child's pose. Extend your arms long and let your knees come to the edge of your mat. Start to come up out of child's pose. Tuck your legs underneath you for hero's pose. Inhale your arms up into a gentle seated back bend. Release your arms down halfway as you exhale into a seated twist to the right. We're going to get into our side body. So let your right hand come down to your mat behind you. Let your left arm reach up over your head. For more, come down to your right forearm. Lift up and inhale your arms up into another seated back bend. Exhale your arms down. Let's get ready to do the other side. Come up, and with your arms above your head, bend your right elbow to catch it with your left hand for a shoulder opener. Lean gently to the left to get into our side body.
It's not good for me, but it really, really gets me high. You're the
Come back to
reason
neutral,
my heart
releasing
can't
your arms
breathe.
out into a T.
It's
Let's take
not
another shoulder
healthy,
opener,
I'm
this
used to
time
being on my
using your
knees.
right
Every
hand
day
to catch your
I
left
try
elbow.
to quit you. Every night I sleep without you. My
Keeping our
name's
shoulders
not
open,
name, you're
release your
no
arms and let
issue.
them come
But
behind
on the
you,
weekend I
palms
can't
facing
stay
each other.
away.
Clasp your
There is
hands
no
behind
one I
you with your arms straight.
take.
Slowly
There's no
fold forward at
one
your
I
hips, bringing your arms up in the
break.
air.
When I make you my own
Unclasp your hands and let your
mistake.
arms come down to your sides. Press
I don't
yourself
care
up
what
into high plank.
somebody might say.
Chaturanga
The
down
risk that I wanna
and
take.
through to up dog.
The risk
Push
that
up
I
into down
wanna
dog.
take. My head's hurting from all this back and forth. It's like a headache that goes all the way down to
Let's
my
twist our
core.
dog. Root
I'm
into your left hand.
learning, though
Bring your
history
right hand
repeats.
back to
It's
grab
not
your
good for
left
me, but it's
ankle.
really, really what I need. Every day I try to
Release
quit you.
back to down dog.
Every night
And let's
I
twist our
sleep
dog again,
without
this
you.
time to the
Monday
right
to
side.
Friday, you're no issue.
Come back
But
to
on the
down dog.
weekend I can't stay
Let your hips come
away.
down into
The
high
risk that I
plank.
wanna take.
Coming down onto your right knee. Bring
You
your
know my
left
heart
leg
might
through
break,
to a low lunge. From low lunge, shift your hips back for a half split.
I don't care what somebody might say. The risk that I wanna take.
Return to low lunge and root into your right hand for revolved low lunge. Keep your shoulders stacked to bring your left arm up.
I don't care what somebody might say. The risk that I wanna take.
Bring your hands back down to frame your foot. Lift up and step your foot back into high plank. Bring your left knee down to the earth to bring your right leg into a low lunge. Root into your left hand and revolved low lunge to the right.
But on the weekend I can't stay away.
Bring your hand back down to frame your foot. Tuck your toes on your left foot and step back into high plank. Push back into down dog.
I don't care what somebody might say. The risk that I wanna take. The risk that I wanna take.
On your exhale, lift your right leg through to inhale up into a high crescent lunge. You should be on the ball of your left foot with your arms long, active hands. Engage your abs to come slightly forward, bringing your arms straight out in front of you. Your biceps should be by your ears. Stay here for another breath. Bring your arms out into airplane arms. Step your right leg back into high plank and step through with your left foot to take high crescent on the left. Bring your arms straight out in front of you for 2 breaths. Keeping your abs engaged, bring your arms out into airplane arms for another 2 breaths. Release your arms down to frame your foot. Root into your feet to come up into pyramid pose on the left side. to walk your hands over to the middle for wide leg forward fold. Root into the ball of your feet and grab both elbows with your hands. Feel yourself coming just a little further forward. Gently shift over to the right for pyramid pose, and if you need to, bring your left foot in a little bit closer to your right. Get ready to come down into pigeon pose by extending your left leg behind you and bring your right leg in front of you with a bent knee. If this is enough, stay here. If you want more, come down onto your forearms or even further down onto your forehead. Gently start to come up if you're in reclined pigeon. Bring your left leg to come in front of you. Bring your legs out into a wide straddle. Hinge forward at the hips for a nice lower back stretch. Gently press yourself up and shift into pigeon pose on the other side. Bend your right leg and extend your left leg straight behind you. Gently push yourself up and bring both legs in front of you to bend at the knee. Bring your left foot to the outside edge of your right hip, sliding it under your right knee. This is big for our low back. Gently hinge forward.
Difference doesn't mean anything bad. It just means that you're special. You're one of a kind.
Gently walk your hands back to push yourself up and bring your legs out in front of you into a staff pose. Hinge forward into a fold, and if it's available, grab your feet with your hands. Continuing to fold forward, open your feet to the edge of your mat to lean further into your fold.
Difference doesn't mean anything bad. It just means that you're special. You're one of a kind. Difference doesn't mean anything bad. It just means that you're special. You're one of a kind.
Gently roll up, one vertebrae at a time. Bend your knees and come down onto your back. Bring your arms out into a T and shift your hips right to let your knees stack and come to your mat for a spinal twist.
I'm on the verge of an explosion. Don't care about anybody else but you. Hold back all the things I feel. If I hold back, maybe they're not real. What if I don't and just let you deal? Would you go? Let me know. So, what if I just lose my mind? Make a scene and run around. Show you what I feel inside all the time. Hey, what if I just lose my mind? Scream until the air runs out. I don't really care, 'cause I lose my mind. I can't keep hiding in the darkness. My feelings need a little sun.
Lift your knees to come back neutral. Let's get ready to do the other side.
I just can't be the one you want right now. Hold back all the things I feel. If I hold back, maybe they're not real. What if I don't and just let you deal? Would you go? Let me know. So, what if I just lose my mind? Make a scene and run around.
Come back flat on your back and use your hands to brace you as you bring your legs straight up or legs up the wall.
Lose my mind. Hold back all the things I feel. If I hold back, maybe they're not real. What if I don't and just let you deal? Would you go? Let me know.
If this is enough, stay here. If you want a little more, engage your abs to lift up into a shoulder stand using your hands on your low back for support. Or if you really want to get into your low back today, come into a plow pose. Some of my friends may want to shift into a knee to ear pose here too. If you took a deeper expression to start to come out, let your feet come off the earth. Use your hands to grab the blades of your feet. Come into happy baby. Release your happy baby and let your feet come back to touch the earth. Let's take a couple of windshield wipers, and if it feels good for your back, bring your knees back into your chest one more time. Come back to an easy seated position. Bring your hands to your heart center. Take a moment to feel how your body has changed since you started your practice today.
This town is quiet when it's late, yeah.
Bring your hands down to your mat. Come into a tabletop. Come down to your forearms and gently start to bring your knees closer and closer to the edge of your mat. To come into a frog pose here.
I'm always being so dramatic. This town is quiet when it's late, yeah. This town is quiet. Sadness, I can see the moon. I know that I'll be fine here. Things get complicated, but I know we'll be alright, yeah. You will tell me I'm wrong, but I know we are strong. Sadness, I can see the moon. I know that I'll be fine here. This town is quiet when it's cold, yeah. This town is quiet when the snow is on the ground. I'm outside, gonna stay here. I'm outside until you tell me to stop. I'm being so dramatic. I'm always being so dramatic. This town is quiet when it's cold, yeah. This town is quiet. Sadness, I can see the moon. I know that.
Start to bring your knees back together and let your arms come out in front of you as you slide your chest down to your mat, leaving your hips in the air for puppy pose.
But I know we are strong. Sadness, I can see the moon. I know that I'll be fine Sadness, I can see the moon. I know that I'll be fine here. Things get complicated, but I know we'll be alright, yeah. You will tell me I'm wrong, but I know we are strong. Sadness, I can see the moon. I know that I'll be fine here.
Lower your hips down to the mat and bend your left knee and use your left hand to catch your foot for a gentle quad stretch for a couple rounds of breath. And then let's switch to the other leg. Use your hands to press up into high cobra, keeping your hands under your shoulders. Push back into child's pose, keeping your knees together and letting your arms fall to your side. Press yourself up into a hero's pose. Leaning back, let's take a quick ankle stretch. Come onto your hands behind you. Slowly lower your back onto the mat for saddle pose. Counterbalance that pose and take our knees to chest one more time for 3 rounds of breath. Gently bring your feet up in the air, legs together for legs up the wall. Bring your feet back down to the earth with bent knees. One final hip opener before we come into Savasana. Take your left ankle to your right knee for a couple breaths. Bring your right foot off the ground and use your hands to grab your shin. Release your hands to let your right foot come back to the earth. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Let both feet come back down to your mat. Come into a reclined bound angle with your feet touching and your legs in the shape of a diamond. feet out towards the edge of your mat and allow your palms to face down if you're feeling grounded. Allow them to face up if you're receiving today. Let's take Savasana. Let your arms come up above your head. Roll onto whichever side feels comfortable for a fetal position. When you're ready, gently push yourself up and into an easy seated with your hands at heart center. For my yogis practicing with me today, I'm so grateful you could be here. The light and love in me honors the light and love in you. Namaste.